The moon still above the old world valley of Victoryville, Macon raised his hand. Halt! Every horse and man came to a standstill. The Scottish defender tilted his head. Do ye hear that? At first, only silence answered. Quickly, the rumble of wooden cartwheels, the pounding of frightened mules, children crying. Macon drew his sword. Ride. The defenders urged their horses forward beneath the ancient pines, leather armor creaking as bows, quivers, and herb pouches struck against their saddles. They burst through the trees just as two mule-drawn carts raced along the forest path. Jacob recognized them first. Hold, it's Macon. Nia pulled hard upon the reins as the mules slowed. Relief washed across every face. Macon, Jacob shouted. The bearded defender rode beside the wagons. By heaven, we've searched these roads for days. We feared every one of ye had fallen. There is no time, Jacob answered. The creatures are upon us. As though summoned by his words, terrible shrieks echoed through the forest. Dark shapes poured between the trees. Dozens. Macon wheeled his horse toward the approaching darkness. Defenders, form a shield before the carts. The horsemen dismounted as, one, leather-clad warriors planted themselves shoulder to shoulder across the narrow forest road, while others spread along both flanks. No creature reaches these children, Macon ordered. Archers dipped their arrowheads into pouches filled with crushed rosemary and mugwort. Others tied small cloth-wrapped balls of frankincense to their shafts and set them aflame from covered lanterns. Ready! Fire! Macon yelled. Then again, ready! Fire! A storm of arrows swept into the advancing creatures. Burning frankincense burst among them, filling the forest with thick, fragrant smoke. Several creatures recoiled, hissing in agony as they retreated. Others stumbled as rosemary paste splattered across their faces. Yet, many pressed onward. They're breaking through, cried one defender. Macon charged forward. His sword flashed. Another defender drove a rosemary-soaked spear into the chest of a towering beast. Jacob joined the line behind him. No farther, he shouted. The creatures stampeded into the defenders' line with tremendous force. Men were hurled to the earth. One warrior disappeared beneath clawed limbs before his brothers dragged him free. Another cried out as jagged teeth tore through the leather upon his arm. Still, the line refused to yield. Those that could stood again and continued to push back against the might of the now stumbling creatures, due to the effects of the frankincense and rosemary bundles attached to arrows piercing their tough hides. Behind them, Nia and the women hurried from cart to cart, lighting every remaining bundle of frankincense. The sweet smoke drifted over the defenders. The battle raged until the eastern sky slowly turned from black to deep blue, then to pale gold. The first rays of dawn spilled across the treetops. The creatures hesitated. One lifted its head and shrieked. Another shielded its eyes beneath a twisted arm. Within moments, the entire pack began retreating. Some dragged their wounded. Others vanished into the shadows without looking back. None dared remain beneath the growing light. Silence slowly settled across the forest. The defenders stood breathing heavily, their leather armor torn, their cloaks stained with dirt and blood. Yet not one child had been taken. Macon wiped his blade clean and looked toward the distant mountain. They fled, but they'll return. Jacob nodded. So shall we. For now, Macon replied, turning toward the waiting carts. Victoryville comes first. The wounded were lifted onto spare horses and wagons. The defenders reformed their escort around the children, with the dawn at their backs and renewed hope in their hearts. The united company began the long journey home, knowing that once the children were safe, every sword in Victoryville would ride again, this time to stand beside Master Sage and bring Amara home.